It's time now for Farming the Four States here on KRMO AM 990, your ag voice of the Ozarks. Whether you're full-time or part-time or involved with livestock, crops, or agribusiness, this show is for you and about you. Farming the Four States on KRMO AM 990 Ag Source Radio. And a very pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Farm of the Four States here on KRMO AM 990, your ag voice of the Ozarks. Sammy Clapper along with you here on another soggy day. Rain throughout the four-state region, some of it very heavy, and it will continue pushing through the area throughout the rest of the afternoon. Many folks to the south had a lot of rain, more than they could handle yesterday, and now folks to the north are experiencing what the ones in the southern part of our listening areas experienced yesterday with all of the heavy rain that is pushing through. And that rain's going to continue into tonight, will not clear out of here until tomorrow at some time. The main wave that's going through right now is kind of splitting the four states right down the middle, but there is expected to be more rain develop tonight and continue into Thursday. We do appreciate you joining us here for Farm of the Four States on AM 990 Ag Source Radio, not only here on KRMO, but you can also follow us online at radiotalon.com. Click on the streaming audio tab, and then you can click on the KRMO button and listen to the program anywhere in the world on the internet, courtesy of MDC Technologies and the Talon Network. That's radiotalon.com for live, free streaming audio of Farm of the Four States. Also, don't forget to check out our Facebook page, KRMO AM 990-Ag Source Radio, and you can go to KRMO.com and see a lot of the information about the programming we have, and also some additional information with some of the shows that we have. The Squeeze Shoot with the cattle sales, all of those cattle sales and contact information are on the Squeeze Shoot tab, or actually under the Squeeze Shoot icon on KRMO.com. Machine Shed with the used farm equipment, you can check it out at KRMO.com on the Machine Shed icon. The auction block is posted there as well now. That's a new feature that's got auctions and auctioneering services that are available around the area, and that's all at KRMO.com. So lots of different ways to keep up with all of our ag programming. Well, the weather is of concern to most today, and that is because heavy rains through the four-state region. We had heavy rains along the Missouri-Arkansas border and up into south-central Missouri yesterday, and now a lot of that heavy rain has shifted to the north, although there is a little tail that is still trailing down into Oklahoma that will push through southern Missouri and northern Arkansas later this afternoon. But a lot of the rain has been in eastern Kansas and western and west central Missouri during this Wednesday morning. There is a flash flood warning in effect until 5 p.m. this evening for most of the listening area, and a flash flood watch in effect until 7 p.m. this evening for the majority of the listening area as well. 90% chance of rain this afternoon with a high of 73 down to 67 tonight, and a 40% chance of rain, according to the National Weather Service, and those chances of showers and thunderstorms will continue into Thursday, 50% chance on Thursday with a high of 81. Finally, Friday into Saturday, the rain pushes out and the temperature goes up. We're going to be up around 90 degrees. Some places may get into the low 90s, and there will be some humidity along with it. So a warm-up and sunshine for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And the extended forecast has warm weather all the way into the first part of next week. But we've got today and tomorrow to still deal with some of this heavy rain. Current weather conditions being reported at the Monette Municipal Airport, 72 degrees with rain, humidity at 94%. And boy, wasn't that weird yesterday with all of the humidity and moisture in the air. When that mild cold front finally started pushing through the region, everything got all foggy and drizzly looking. It almost looked like a fall day instead of a July day. But that fog hung around for most of the afternoon. But there was so much moisture in the air, and everything was so saturated, it was just hanging there. You could just feel it when you went outside. 94% humidity, though, again today. The winds are out of the southwest, 10 to 15 miles an hour, with some gusts up near 20 miles an hour, and the barometer at 29.94 inches. All right, checking the satellite and seeing exactly where this system is right now. It was out over Oklahoma yesterday, but it has shifted to the north and the east, and it is over eastern Kansas and western Missouri right now. Thick, heavy clouds all the way from northeast Missouri down through the four-state region and all the way down into Texas. You have to go way out into southwestern Oklahoma before you see any sunshine, and then into the panhandle of Texas. So lots of clouds covering up the four states here on this Wednesday afternoon. And let's check the radar to see where exactly the rain is at here during the noon hour. There was a heavy band of rain along the Missouri-Kansas border earlier this morning. That big widespread cluster of rain has shifted over into central Missouri, from Sedalia over to Columbia, down to Jefferson City and Osage Beach, all the way down to Lebanon, a big widespread chunk of rain, and it goes all the way back to Clinton. Now, once you get west of Clinton and Nevada, no rain showing on the radar. The little band of rain narrows somewhat once you get south of Nevada and Lebanon. It's not quite as widespread, and it goes down through Greene County, also Polk County, Lawrence County, Dade County, portions of Cedar County, stretches back into Christian County. A little band goes down through Stone County and catches the southern, the southeastern corner of Berry County. Now, Berry County, southern Berry County, got dumped on yesterday. Cassville had major flooding issues yesterday. They are not getting rained on right now, and that's good news, allowing a lot of those floodwaters yesterday in southern Berry County to kind of recede. But there is a little cell forming right along the Newton-McDonald-Berry County line. And then there's some light shower activity in Jasper and southern Barton County. And then that stretches back down into McDonald County and over into Oklahoma. Ottawa and Delaware County seeing rain. And then a pretty good cluster of showers just to the west of Fayetteville. Still in Oklahoma right now, but getting ready to push into northwest Arkansas, into Washington and Benton County. And all of this is feeding along this boundary line from southwest to northeast. So counties like Berry County, Stone County, over to Taney County, and then up through southwest Missouri and portions of south central Missouri could be seeing these showers continue and start to move into their area later this afternoon. There's a lot of rain in eastern Oklahoma and some very heavy rain down in Texas, where it's still feeding moisture up along this line. And that's the reason the shower activity will continue throughout the rest of the afternoon. And then there's another little wave, a little form of circulation out in Nebraska and eastern Colorado and western Kansas, and that's going to bring another round of rain for us later tonight and into tomorrow. So we've got more than we need in most areas. Portions down around Cassville and southern Berry County and over in Roaring River got anywhere from 5 to 7 inches of rain just yesterday morning. In about a 5 or 6 hour window, they were getting over an inch of rain an hour, and that's what caused all of the flooding issues there in southern Berry County. And that extended over into Stone County and even into Taney County in Missouri. Branson area had some flooding as well. So down around Reed Spring had a lot of flooding issues yesterday. So last week it was north of I-44. Now this week it's south of I-44 that's getting all of these heavy rains and causing all of these problems. So, and earlier this week even north of I-44 getting those heavy rains causing flooding issues. Of course, the warning is always out there. Do not try to cross flooded roadways unless you are exactly sure how deep that water is. And please do not do it at night, because at night you can't tell how deep the water is. Fast-moving water, it doesn't take a lot to float a vehicle and wash it off and cause problems. We don't want to hear about any accidents or drownings. The old adage, turn around, don't drown, and please put that into practice during this time. And the flood warning will continue until 5 o'clock this evening, and the flash flood watch will continue until 7 o'clock this evening for much of our listening area. All right, there were a lot of activities going on this week and a lot of county fairs, and hopefully all of this rain is not causing problems with them. We'll go over the county fair list here in just a moment, but the first thing off the ag calendar that we want to remind folks about is a big sale going on this week. Started July the 6th and will continue through July the 10th at Lytle's CarQuest Auto Parts in Aurora, Missouri. They're just off the northwest corner of the square. They're on Pleasant Street. And Lytle's CarQuest Auto Parts is having a nice sale this week. And again, those dates will run through, or the sale will run through July the 10th. If you're looking for a brake parts cleaner, they've got Wherever Brake Parts Cleaner or Lovac Brake Parts Cleaner for just $2.09 each for a 14-ounce can. They've got Blue Death diesel exhaust fluid, 2.5 gallon for just $9.99. They got Permatex Fast Orange hand cleaner, and I tell you, that stuff works good. Used to have the old goop that you got out of the tubs. It can get a little messy sometimes as well, but boy, this Permatex Fast Orange hand cleaner comes in a gallon dispensable jug, just $9.99. It does a great job getting your hands cleaned up after you've been working on your equipment, your car, tractor, whatever the case may be. They've also got Valvoline full synthetic quarts of oil for $5.49 each, and you can get a case of 6 quarts for just $32.94. That's all at Lytle's CarQuest Auto Parts in Aurora, just off the northwest corner of the square in Aurora, Missouri. And again, these sales specials going on till July the 10th. All right, now checking the county fair schedules, the ones that are going on around the area this week. We will start with Missouri, continuing through July the 11th, the Laclede County Fair in Lebanon, Missouri. Also continuing to July the 11th, the Vernon County Fair in Nevada. The Land O'Lakes Fair will go through July the 10th in El Dorado Springs. Some more fairs running through this Saturday, July the 11th. The Bates County Fair in Butler, Missouri, the Newton County Fair in Neosho, Missouri, and the Christian County Fair in Ozark, Missouri. The Dade County Fair is also going on this Saturday, July the 11th. Beginning this weekend, July the 11th through July the 18th, it's the Jasper County Youth Fair in Carthage, and July the 13th through the 18th, the Heart of the Ozarks Fair in West Plains, Missouri. July 15th through the 18th, the Webster County Fair in Marshfield. July 16th through the 18th, the McDowell County Fair in Anderson, Missouri. And July the 18th, the Purdy Livestock Festival in Purdy, Missouri. And don't forget, the Ozark Empire Fair is coming up at the end of July as well, July 30th through August the 1st. Also at the end of the month, July 25th through August the 1st, it's the Craig County Fair in Veneta, Oklahoma. And July 30th and 31st, the Tulsa County Free Fair in Tulsa, Oklahoma. In Kansas, beginning this Saturday, July the 11th, and going through the 15th, the Woodson County Fair at Yates Center. July 16th through the 20th, the Franklin County Fair in Ottawa, Kansas. And July 18th through the 25th, a couple of county fairs in Kansas, the Bourbon County Fair in Fort Scott, and the Labette County Fair in Oswego, Kansas. And July 23rd through the 27th, it's the Neosho County Fair in Erie, Kansas. Just some of the county fairs that are going on around the area this week and next week. Some other activities coming up, July the 23rd, it's the Oklahoma Cattlemen's Association Convention in Midwest City, Oklahoma at the Reed Conference Center. And August 7th, 8th, and 9th, the Arkansas Cattlemen's Association Convention and Trade Show down in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Now, the Missouri Cattlemen's Association's already happened for this year. Their convention was back in January. And the Kansas Cattlemen's Association Convention will not happen until this fall in November. All right, moving on with the calendar. This Saturday, July the 11th, Commercial Beefmaster Field Day in Halfway, Missouri. Now, it will begin at 10 a.m. For more information, contact Jerry Glore at 417-840-6471. That's 840-6471. Cassville, Missouri, July 17th and 18th. Hopefully they'll be able to get things all dried out by then. It'll be the Cassville Rotary Club Rodeo. Now, this was originally scheduled for back in June, but they rescheduled it because of the weather back then, so hopefully it'll dry up by July the 17th and 18th for the Cassville Rotary Club Rodeo in Cassville, Missouri. This year's Cattlemen's Bus Tour, coming out of Hickory County, will go through Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. It'll be August 3rd through the 6th, and for more information and to get registered for the Cattlemen's Bus Tour, you can call 417-745-6767. That's 745-6767. One other county fair I neglected to mention, and this is a 4-H fair, July the 13th, the Greene County 4-H fair at the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds in Springfield, Missouri. All right, we were talking about the Ozark Empire Fair. If you would like to enter your hay into the Ozark Empire Fair Hay Show, the deadline to do so is this Friday, July the 10th. Now, you can contact any of your University of Missouri Extension Service offices, and they can get you information on how to enter, or you can go online, ozarkempirefair.com, and search for livestock entry forms. Coming up this Friday and Saturday, the Crowder College Aggies will be having a truck and tractor pull in conjunction with the Spring River Pulling Association, and it will be Pulling for the Rough Riders, truck and tractor pull, Friday and Saturday, July 10th and 11th, beginning at 7 p.m. each night at the Crowder College Rough Rider Arena. And this will all be going on along with the 48th Annual Newton County Fair. Now, they'll have 22 classes of trucks and tractors in competition. For registration and pulling information and more about the Spring River Pulling Association, you can go to their website, springriverpulling.com. That's springriverpulling.com. Now, the proceeds from the event will go to help benefit the Crowder College Ag Division to help cover their travel expenses to state and national contests for their ag students. And for more information about Crowder College Aggies, you can contact Karen Fink, 417-455-5720. The end of next week, so we're just a little over a week away from the 41st Annual Four-State Farm Show, July 17th, 18th, and 19th, just south of Pittsburgh, Kansas. The annual event brings farmers and ranchers from all around the area. They'll have the always popular hay demonstrations out beyond the exhibit grounds. They'll have the water well demonstrations again this year, the lawnmower test driving range. Now, the hours for the farm show will be 7:30 to 3 Friday and Saturday, 8 to 3 on Sunday. Parking and admission always free. They'll have over 700 booths and vendors on hand. And this is the 41st Annual Four-State Farm Show, just south of Pittsburgh, Kansas, July 17th, 18th, and 19th. Also, the 17th through the 19th in Meridian, Kansas. It's the 39th Annual Meridian Threshing Show. If you would like to see how they used to harvest grain, you can check out all of the old-time steam engines and threshing machines at the Meridian Threshing Show. And for more information and a schedule of events, you can go to their website, meridianthreshers.org. That's meridianthreshers.org. Now, this is not coming up until August, but August 21st through the 23rd, it'll be the Kansas Junior Livestock Show, and that will be at the State Fairgrounds in Hutchinson, Kansas. Coming up in September, there will be several management intensive grazing schools in southwest Missouri. Now, you need to get registered in advance. Some of these schools, space is limited, and September 15th through the 24th, they will have one in the Greenfield, Missouri area. You can contact the Cedar County Soil and Water Conservation District to get registered, 417-276-3388. September 16th through the 18th, they will be in Crane, and you can contact the Stone County Soil and Water Conservation District, 417-723-8389. And then September 22nd through the 24th in the Marshfield, Missouri area, contact Webster County Soil and Water Conservation District to get registered, 417-468-4176. All right, due to all the rain that we've been experiencing this spring and now into the summer, the Missouri Farm Service Agency requested and was approved for extensions to file prevented planting acres. If you were prevented from planting your crop because of the weather this year, the original stoppage date was June the 30th, but they have received and been given authority to accept reports of prevented planting through July the 15th without getting a late filing fee assessed to those reports. So stop by your local Farm Service Agency for more information. Also, July the 15th is the final date for acreage reports for grain sorghum, corn, soybeans, and CRP land. Producers can now sign up through the USDA if they are eligible for agricultural risk coverage and price loss coverage programs. The enrollment period began back in mid-June and will continue until September the 30th. Also, local FSA offices around the area are accepting nominations for county committee members. If you would like to serve on an FSA county committee, you must be able to participate in agency programs, be eligible to vote in the elections, and also reside in the administrative area where you're nominated. You can nominate yourself or others. There's a form available online at fsa.usda.gov/elections, or you can stop by your local Farm Service Agency for more information. Again, nominations for county committee, Farm Service Agency county committees, that is, they will be taking nominations through August the 3rd, and then ballots will be mailed out in November, and after all the election results are counted up, the new officers, new committee members will take over in January. All right, still 72 degrees. We haven't budged off of that, and rain in many locations around the area, and it's pushing slowly to the east. The individual cells are moving north and east along the line, and the entire line is sagging south and east, but it's taking its own sweet time clearing the area, so that means a lot of rain in the same place as the train effect is happening, just like it did yesterday along the Missouri-Arkansas line. Now it's kind of got a more of a steeper angle from northeast to southwest, but it's pushing through southwest Missouri and northeast Oklahoma right now, and it will get over into Arkansas. Most of the heavier rain is now out of southeast Kansas, but we're going to be dealing with the flooding concerns throughout the rest of the day. We've got the, let's see, what do we got next? We got the ag news from Brownfield, and we're also going to check in with the midday livestock report, and then be back with Farm in the Four States right after this.
I'm Dave Russell with Agribusiness News headlines on Brownfield. A federal appeals court has upheld the EPA's water cleanup plan for the Chesapeake Bay, a plan opposed by a number of national agriculture groups. The court says the agency was acting within its legal authority when setting the total maximum daily load on pollutants a body of water can hold and still meet quality standards. MPPC's chief environmental counsel tells Brownfield the ruling is disappointing. More after this.
End insect infestations that damage stored grains and lower profits. For pennies a bushel, operators can fight insects in stored grains with one of the best combinations in the market. A tank mix of Diacon IGR plus Sentinel insecticide gives you the long-term control of an insect growth regulator, plus the knockdown power of a broad-spectrum insecticide. Try Diacon IGR and Sentinel insecticide, the bug-free grain solution for stored grain protection. For information, contact your local dealer or call 800-248-7763.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
A federal judge has struck down a voter-approved ban in the state of Hawaii on GMO seed work. The judge overturned the GMO moratorium passed by voters in November that would have made it illegal to grow or test GMOs in Maui County until the seeds are proven safe. As state legislators wrap up their spring sessions, 6 states have made it easier to sell raw milk. 4 Iowa water quality projects have been selected to receive funding through the state's Water Quality Initiative. In addition to receiving more than $3 million in state funds, the 4 projects will provide an additional $2.6 million in matching funds to support water quality improvement efforts. And the nation's largest tart cherry producer will see slightly lower production numbers in 2015. Phil Corson, president of the Cherry Marketing Institute, says a lot of production in northwest Michigan was damaged by a May freeze. I'm Dave Russell, Brownfield.
You know, they say that the John Deere green paint costs extra. A more accurate statement would be inferior craftsmanship, zero support, and poor resale value costs less for a little while. Get your John Deere compact utility tractor package starting for less than you think. Green paint and all, right now at Legacy Farm and Lawn, where your business is dear to us.
Race Brothers Farm and Home Supply.
And Western wear.
Hi, Roger here from Race Brothers. We're a big store with a lot of stuff. At Race Brothers, there's always something new to talk about. We have the largest selection of truck toolboxes in southwest Missouri. We have pet supplies, dog food, cat food, supper dishes, collars, leashes, and grooming and healthcare products. And for the kids, we have great toys, radio flyer wagons and pedal tractors, or collectibles like Schlake, Breyer, Erdl. Come on out to Race Brothers in Springfield, Carthage, and Monette. You'll like the way we do business. Tell a friend.
Race Brothers Farm and Home Supply.
And Western wear.
Do you need grain storage and handling equipment or livestock equipment to make your operation work better? Seed and Farm in Liberal, Missouri represents Suckup, Brock, MFS, York, Stormore, Brant, and Hutchinson to store and handle your grain, and Titan West for portable corrals and working chutes for your livestock. See them at the Four State Farm Show, booths 105 to 109 and 139 to 143, or call 417-843-6465, or look them up on the web at www.seedandfarm.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Jerry Passer with your Brownfield Livestock Report, brought to you by Harris Vaccines, revolutionizing animal health. Learn more at harrisvaccines.com. The barrows and gilts in the Iowa-Minnesota direct trade are up 23 cents. The West, 36 higher. Both are at 78.41 weighted average carcass basis. The eastern markets are not reported again due to confidentiality, and nationally down 10 on the hogs, 76.33. Missouri direct base carcass meat price, it is steady dollar higher, $69 to $71. Midwest hogs on the live basis, steady dollar higher, $47 to $48. Some private analysts believe that hog slaughter this week could total as much as 2,132,000 head. That would be nearly 15% greater than 2014. That doesn't sound as if the country is exactly running out of barrows and gilts. The pork carcass cutout value is down 9 cents, FOB plant at 81.51. Choice box beef down again today, down $1.67 at 2.43. Select is 66 lower at 2.40.43. In the cattle, for the most part, it's quiet, with the only activity reported a few bids in Kansas and Texas at 149 on the live basis. The asking prices are around 153, 155 south, 245 in the north. Significant trade volume could be delayed until sometime Thursday or Friday. The feeder cattle receipts at the Ozark Regional Stockyards, West Plains, Missouri, they totaled 2,218 head on Tuesday. When you compare it to last week, feeder steers steady 4 higher, feeder heifers 3 to 5 lower. Demand good on a light to moderate supply, which included several larger packages of yearling steers. Feeder steers, medium and large ones, averaging 670 pounds. They brought 244.65 per hundredweight. The 671-pound heifers at West Plains averaged $207. Jerry Passer, Brownfield Livestock Report.
You're so annoying.
You're so annoying.
Stop copying me.
Stop copying me.
Mom, tell her to stop copying me.
Mom, tell her to stop talking to me.
Kids will spend 10 minutes copying everything their sibling says.
You're such a
You're
doofus.
such a doofus.
How about 2 minutes to brush their teeth? Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Mom!
A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
Today, a new creature walks among us, causing fear, mayhem, and injury.
Stay back, children.
Look out for the dreaded digital deadwalkers. With faces pressed against their little handheld devices, they put all good citizens in harm's way.
Hey, dude, I'm walking here.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you.
A public service message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, who want to keep everyone well connected with healthy bones.
Sammy Clapper back with you, Farm of the Four States here on KRMO AM 990. Rain continuing through the area. Humidity's jumped up to 100%, and the winds out of the southwest 10 to 15 miles an hour. Still 72 degrees and lots of rain around through the four states. Most of the rain is now cleared, as we mentioned, southeast Kansas, but rain still streaming up out of northeast Oklahoma into southwest Missouri and into central Missouri, and then it's starting to push over into northwest Arkansas now here during the noon hour. Well, with all of this rain that is going on this week, and it's been kind of a common theme through spring and now into the early summer, a lot of hay producers have been having a heck of a time trying to get hay put up in proper condition, whether getting it put up dry, getting it put up with the proper moisture, or whatever the case may be. And in a recent University of Missouri Extension Service newsletter, Colin Hill, who is an agronomy assistant with the University of Missouri Extension Service, reminds producers that when the rain does come to an end or slows up a little bit and the sun comes out, it becomes time to put that hay up, but you need to make sure you're getting it put up properly if it is possible. I know sometimes you're trying to beat the rain, sometimes you're trying, your window is very short, so you start cutting corners a little bit, trying to get things put up a little sooner maybe than what they should. Well, when you do that, you have to start worrying about excessive heat and moisture in your hay, And then down the road, and this is something we talked when Eldon Cole was back with us a week or so ago, then you start having to worry about the hay quality as well. Now, Hill says with all the moisture in southwest Missouri and the four-state region, it's important to ensure your hay moisture levels are correct before you're baling, and that will help prevent the hot hay and the quality loss, and in worse case scenarios, a chance of fire. Because that hay, and we've talked about this on the program before as well, it will build up heat, and it can cause fires, whether in your haystack or in your barn that you've put the hay in. Now, Hill said the moisture of dry hay at baling is very critical to the quality and also during the storage, and can be the difference between high quality hay or something that turns into just trash. Excuse me. Now, the cows may eat it, and it's better than a snowbank, as a lot of the old-timers used to say, but they're going to be getting no nutritional value out of that, and then you have to start supplementing some of that hay. Now, small square bales should be baled at less than 22% moisture, and big round bales should be baled at less than 18% moisture. Hill says that hay baled with more than 22% moisture should not be put into storage for at least 30 days, especially if that hay is going to be stacked several layers deep. Safe storage temperatures are less than 120 degrees. Above this, excessive molding and heating can occur, and that's when the fire danger begins. And that fire danger becomes very much of a problem when internal temperatures reach 170 degrees. Now, bale temperatures usually peak 4 to 7 days after baling, and then they can rapidly increase if conditions are favorable. Now, bales stored outside don't present a threat of a barn fire danger, obviously, but quality also remains an issue even if you're storing it outside, and Hill says that excessive heating and molding can cause a loss as much as 1/3 of the feeding value of hay bales at 28% moisture. Now, Hill says outside storage combined with a loss of feed value due to poor digestibility can result in a loss of total feed during storage of around 25%, and that results in a 25% loss of initial investments like land, fertilizer, the time, and the fuel. Following some general guidelines when storing dry hay outside can help reduce storage losses. And Hill says for starters, always store the bales on a well-drained area. Some like to put bales on poles or crushed rock to help minimize the loss on the bottom of the bales, and that's always a good idea to kind of get it up off of that wet ground, and that relieves some of the moisture problems. Hill also says use a minimum of 3 feet between bale rows for air circulation, and always place bales going north to south. And that is an important tip to think about, is leaving that space in between. Most of the time, depending on the size of tractor you're using to stack, you have to have that little walkway in between because your tires are going to be sticking out and you can't really stack them that close. But if you're using a front end loader and backing them in and loading them that way, or putting them in with the front end loader, you can stack them pretty close together then, so you want to always remember to leave a little space in between for some circulation. Hill also says avoid storing bales under trees or in the shades of buildings. Store some bales inside if space is available, but higher quality hay should be put inside and used near the end of the feeding period. Investing in hay moisture tester and a bale thermometer can also help improve your hay quality and remove guesswork and stress from haymaking. And Eldon Cole had one of those bale testers here that they used to take samples for the hay show at the Ozark Empire Fair, and it's a fairly simple device. And getting a bale thermometer is another thing that you can check to make sure your hay is not building up that heat and causing problems not only with reducing the quality but the possibility of fires as well. Now, for more tips and guidelines on hay storage and making sure you're making the best quality hay, you can contact Colin Hill at the Extension Office in Taney County by calling 417-546-4431. That's 546-4431. I know it's been a rough year to get that hay put up in prime condition, that is for sure, because some of my hay wasn't put up in the best condition. It got put up dry, thank goodness. I got it put up without any rain getting on it, but I also had to let one pasture, or one field I should say, hang there a little bit longer because it was raining all one week and I had to push it off, and then it got delayed another week, and so I know some of the nutritional value dropped a little bit by it maturing that way, but I was fortunate and got it put up without any rain on it. But that is definitely something we've had to deal with this year, is trying to get hay put up in proper condition and at the right time, and then getting it stored properly afterwards as well, with all of this rain and wet weather we've been dealing with. All right, we've got the dairy update from Brownfield coming your way right now.
Kind of a mixed day in the dairy markets on Tuesday. Hello, I'm Bob Meyer, Brownfield Dairy Update. Chicago Mercantile cash cheese barrels steady, 157.5. Blocks up 2 1/4, 164 1/4. One sale setting the block market at 164 1/4. One unfilled bid for barrels, 157.5. No offers uncovered. Cash butter down a penny, 192.5. No sales, no bids. One uncovered offer setting the market. Cash non-fat dry milk steady at 82 cents. One sale at 82 cents. No bids unfilled. One offer uncovered at 83. Class 3 futures, July up 12 cents, 16.12. August up a penny, 16.26. September down 4 cents, 16.37. January down 4 cents, 16.31. Cooperatives working together, accepting 28 requests for export assistance from Dairy Farmers of America, Michigan Milk Producers, and Northwest Dairy Association to sell 1.17 million pounds of cheese and 7.2 million pounds of whole milk powder to customers in Asia, Central America, the Middle East, North Africa, and South America. The product to be delivered from now through December. Year-to-date, CWT has assisted in selling 39.5 million pounds of cheese, 30 million pounds of butter, 29 million pounds of whole milk powder to 31 countries on 5 continents. Despite a weakening currency and lower global dairy trade prices, New Zealand's dairy exports to China continue to slide. High Ground Dairy notes China's whole milk powder imports from New Zealand in May down nearly 60% year-to-date. Somewhat surprising, New Zealand's overall whole milk powder exports are down only 7.2% year-to-date compared to a year ago. On the bright side, skim milk powder exports up nearly 28% and cheese sales to China 22% above a year ago. The Federal Reserve Bank of New Zealand has cut interest rates and is expected to make further reductions in an effort to push New Zealand's dollar lower, making the country's dairy products cheaper on the world market. I'm Bob Meyer, Brownfield, Ag News for America.
You've heard of the law of gravity, right? Like when you trip at the top of the stairs, you fall to the bottom. Or nature's law.
Keep dreaming.
There's another law you can't ignore. The U.S. law requiring young men to register with Selective Service when they turn 18. Failure to comply means you can miss out on a lot, like college loans and government jobs. Fortunately, registering is easy. Just visit sss.gov on your computer or smartphone, or any post office. Do it, and it'll be one less law you have to worry about.
Every hiring manager knows that a company is only as good as the people it's made from. So where do you find the best people? That may surprise you.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
This is talent worth knowing about.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Are you empowered? If not, it's easy to get yourself empowered with the new Bobcat M-Series compact excavator from Bobcat of Springfield, Southwest Missouri's only authorized full-service Bobcat dealership. Hi, this is Paul Harrison from Bobcat of Springfield. This rugged machine is labor-saving and profit-producing and allows you to do more in less time. Features include smooth hydraulics, auto-idle, auto-shift, and incredible drive performance. The available Bobcat attachments will allow you and this durable machine to adapt to just about any job you can throw at it. M-Series lets you do more work with one machine and gives you the ability to handle every job faster and in greater comfort. All this in a stronger, lighter, more versatile excavator. Stop by our full-service dealership located at 2520 North Eastgate, near the corner of 65 and Kearney. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or go check out our new improved website at bobcatofspringfieldmo.com. It's a beast of a job, and the Bobcat's M-Series excavator is the right equipment to tackle it.
Back with you once again, Farm of the Four States here on KRMO AM 990. Sammy Clapper with you here on this Wednesday afternoon, and lots of rain we're dealing with today, just like yesterday, and that's going to continue into tonight and into the first part of Thursday. Well, continuing on with the program, most all cattle producers know that maintaining a 60 to 75-day breeding and calving season is a very important management tool for your operation. It produces a uniform, heavier, and more valuable calf crop, and that's one of the key reasons for keeping that breeding season short. Plus, you got more efficient cow supplementation and cow herd health programs that are a product of a short breeding season. But what some now larger producers know, and they all have things set up. Several of them do artificial breeding, but the ones that use bulls, they've got plenty of space, and they get those bulls away from the herds. But some smaller operators may not pull their bulls away from the herds on a regular basis, and they just let the bull continue to run with the cows, but that defeats that 60 to 75 day breeding season that has such a value to your cow-calf operation. Glenn Selk, an animal scientist with Oklahoma State University Extension Service, in his latest cow-calf newsletter to the Radio Oklahoma Network, offers some tips and advice on what to do with your bull after the breeding season. Now, he says in the newsletter that many small producers lose all of the advantages that make them money just because they do not have a pen or a trap that will hold the bull away from the cows and the heifers for 9 to 10 months of the year. Now, in an effort to learn what others are doing to overcome this obstacle, he had an email conversation with the Clemson University beef cattle specialist, and he passed along some of the methods of fencing that they use to separate their bulls from their cows. Now, you can get into real expensive stuff, building a wood corral or buying the metal corral panels, but that gets pretty expensive to be able to build one, because you can't just build a little tiny one. They have to have some space. And one of the guidelines is there is a minimum of 2 acres per bull in the pasture. And that's what many cow-calf producers tend to lean towards. Sometimes you can get down to an acre, acre and a half, but they really like to have that 2 acres per bull in the pasture. And well-fertilized pastures, such as Bermuda grass in some of the southern places, or fescue in places as well, and adequate rainfall can stand a stocking density of 2 acres per bull. However, if you're in a native grass spot, you'll need a little more acreage for your bull, and that's unless you want to provide some feed or hay or supplementation during the year. Now, in this instance, they were using barbed wire, and this is a little less expensive to do. They were using a 5-strand high-tensile fence where the strands spaced 10 inches apart, and the high-tensile wire was heavy gauge, and they were actually, I correct myself, I said barbed wire. This was smooth wire, and this can be made as a permanent system with inline wire stretchers. The first strand is 10 inches above the ground, and the end result, when you put them 10 inches apart, you got one about 50 inches tall. So I correct myself. I thought they were using barbed wire, but this is actually smooth wire, high-tensile, high-strength wire. Now, the fence must be electrically charged if you're going to use the smooth wire. So there's the catch. You got to get a good high-voltage, low-amp fence energizer or charger to provide that energy source, because old Daddy Bull's going to want to get back to see the mamas, and you got to have something to keep him from doing that. So make yourself a good electrically charged high-tensile fence to do that. Now, the design that they were using, the second, third, and fifth wire was charged. The first and fourth were attached to the grounds. Now, the grounds were most effective if they were set deep into the soil, and that's always the case when you're using an electric fencer, and that will allow for a good grounding even when the summer droughts come in and you have the less rainfall. We don't have to worry about that right now here in the 4 states, though, because we're getting plenty of moisture to keep that ground in good contact with the dirt. There are several different designs that may fit different situations. This is just one option that you might consider using. Some designs electrify the first wire, some the second wire. You can talk to a commercial representative to find out what type of fencing you have available in your area. You can talk to your local feed store or a farm supply store, and they can help you out as well. But there are several options to do that, but it is very important to keep that bull away from the herd for 9 to 10 months of the season. Just get him out there, get those cows bred, and try to maintain that 60 to 75 day breeding season that can prove to have more money in the pocket once you send those animals off to market. That again, some advice and tips from Glenn Selk, Oklahoma State University animal scientist, in a recent newsletter to the Radio Oklahoma Network. All right, we've got commodity update from Brownfield headed your way right now, and we will also check in with this morning's cow and bull sale at the Joplin Regional Stockyards.
Soybeans and corn are higher, hogs are mixed, and cattle are lower. I'm John Perkins with a Brownfield Market Update. Experience the next era of soybean performance and control with Balance GT. Select a tour location and RSVP at balancegtexperience.com. Soybeans are modestly higher on commercial and technical buying. Demand is solid. Unknown Destinations bought 240,000 tons of new crop U.S. soybeans earlier today. The trade is watching China, though, where an economic downturn could reduce soybean demand. Stateside, the New York Stock Exchange securities trade has been halted for nearly 2 hours, for almost 2.5 hours at this point. Going to be interesting to see when that comes back. August beans are up 5.5 at 997.5. November's 3 higher at 988 3/4. August bean meal's up $1.10 at 343.60. August oil's 22 points higher at 31.74. Corn's up on commercial and technical buying. There's more rain around the Midwest, and analysts do expect a lower production estimate on Friday. Still, any new acreage numbers are not going to reflect the recent resurvey of producers until the August update. September's a penny and a quarter higher at 424.5. December's up 3/4 at 433 3/4. September oats are down 3.5 at 257. And wheat's lower on technical selling and some higher trade in the dollar. There are more soft red winter harvest delays, and there are the continued concerns about overall winter crop quality. Also, large parts of the northwestern U.S. plains and western Canadian prairies remain hot and dry. In other words, today's wheat trade is mostly connected to the bearish world fundamentals. September Chicago's 8 lower at 577 1/4. September Kansas City's down 3.5 at 582 3/4. September Minneapolis is 5 3/4 lower at 617 3/4. Live and feeder cattle are sharply lower today, watching corn and the direct cash cattle markets. Direct cattle markets are still fairly quiet. There are some improvements in a packer inquiry. It's all on the live basis, though. Bids are around 149 to 150 live. Asking prices are at 152 to 153. Asking prices on the dress basis are at 245, with no real packer inquiry as of yet. August live's down 202 at 149.07. October's $1.75 lower at 152.27. August feeders are now $3.55 lower at 213.57. And hogs are mixed, mostly lower on supply and demand uncertainties. July's up 50 cents at 79.75. August is down 47 at 75.87. We are online at brownfieldagnews.com. I'm John Perkins with a Brownfield Market Update.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
I'm a good driver. I look for cars. I pay attention. I should have seen the little girl in the crosswalk.
Please, look for pedestrians. Stop for them. Think of the impact you could make. A message from the Federal Highway Administration.
Northern Livestock Video Auction of Billings, Montana announces the sale of over 100,000 northern feeders and bred stock, July 20th, 21st, and 22nd over the internet. Call now for buyer information, 866-616-5035. That's 866-616-5035. Or go to northernlivestockvideo.com. Call now and be ready to bid online, 866-616-5035. That's 866-616-5035.
On the phone with Skylar Moore from Joplin Regional Stockyards. Skylar, how many cattle are we expecting today?
We're going to have about 500 cows and bulls.
Skylar, how are they looking and what are those prices like?
The market's good. I'd call it steady. You know, them kill cows bring from anywhere from $1.02 up to $1.08. High yielding kill cows bring anywhere from $1.15 up to $1.27. In the slaughter bull division, those bulls bring anywhere from $1.32 up to $1.44. High yielding bulls bring anywhere from $1.51 up to 155. Over in the stock cow division, 70 younger cows, second, third period were anywhere from 2,100 up to 2,700. 7 and older cows, second, third period anywhere from 1,850 up to 2,250. In the pair division, 70 younger cows, 100, 150 pound calves on them bring anywhere from 22.5 up to 29.5. 7 and older cows, 150 pound calves on them bring anywhere from 1950 up to 2450. Good trade.
Skyler, you're on the web at JoplinStockyards.com, but how else can folks get a hold of you?
417-548-2333.
And that's going to do it for Farm of the Four States here on this Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Lots of rain around the area. We'll look at the radar here in just a moment. Don't forget, though, stop by Lytle's CarQuest Auto Parts in Aurora, just off the northwest corner of the square. They've got a big sale going on this week, and that sale will continue through Friday, July the 10th. Lytle's CarQuest Auto Parts for all your farm and ranch needs. They've got all kinds of things there available. They've got batteries, they've got filters, they've got hydraulic fittings and hoses, all at Lytle's CarQuest Auto Parts in Aurora, Missouri. And again, that sale going on through July the 10th. All right, the radar right now, the rain has let up just a little bit in extreme southwest Missouri, but there's more rain coming out of Oklahoma and headed into Arkansas. There is a little break in northern Berry County into Jasper and Lawrence County, but more rain coming out of Newton and McDonald County. The more widespread, heavier rain right now from Greene County and north and east up through Polk, Dallas, and Laclede County up into central Missouri. But coming out of northeast Oklahoma, Delaware, Cherokee, and Adair County, lots of rain, and that is pushing over into Benton and Washington County into northwest Arkansas. So Berry County, especially southern Berry County, is going to be getting some rain once again, and that's something they do not need after all that flooding yesterday. This whole system is slowly moving to the east, with the individual pockets of rain moving southwest to northeast along that line. There are a few very light showers still out in southeast Kansas, but most of the rain has cleared southeast Kansas. It's starting to push its way out of northeast Oklahoma, although there is a line that tails back down into eastern Oklahoma, but extreme northeastern Oklahoma should start to dry up here within the next couple of hours or so. But southern Missouri, northern Arkansas will be seeing rain through much of the rest of the afternoon. There is a flash flood warning in effect for the listing area until 5 p.m. this evening, and a flash flood watch is in effect until 7 p.m. this evening as well. So do be very careful if you're out traveling about. The roadway is becoming flooded, and again, the old saying, turn around, don't drown. If you're not sure how deep that water is, do not take a chance to try to cross. Still 72 degrees, overcast, a 90% chance of rain today, with a high of 73 down to 67 and a 40% chance of rain tonight. Still a 50% chance of rain on Thursday. Things finally start to clear out and dry up on Friday, and then the heat and humidity returns with highs in the upper 80s and low 90s going on into the weekend. Programming note, I will be gone Friday, so no Farming the Four States on Friday. I'll be back with you next Monday on July the 13th, and I think Andy Goodson from First State Bank is supposed to be back with us next Monday as well. So that's the next time I'll be with you here for Farm of the Four States. It's dry to stay dry today. Be careful if you're out traveling about. Hopefully the flooding will not come quite as big a problem as it was yesterday. Much of the rain is starting to lighten just a little bit. There's still some pretty good showers in very small pockets, but it's not that couple of inches an hour type of rain that we experienced yesterday along the Missouri-Arkansas line. So maybe that's a good sign, and it won't reform and build and cause all of those flooding problems that we had down in northern Arkansas and southern Missouri yesterday. But do be careful, as we mentioned. Take it easy. Hopefully you were able to get some things done in between the rain showers. Common Sense Coalition coming your way during the 1 o'clock hour. We've got Market Rally from 2 to 3, all right where you're at on AM 990. And Weather Eye will keep you updated on the current weather conditions, and we've got reports throughout the rest of the day from Missouri Net, Brownfield, and the Radio Oklahoma Network. Be careful, and again, we'll visit with you next Monday right here on KRMO Ag Source Radio. Join us next time for Farming the Four States here on KRMO AM 990, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 12 to 1 p.m. KRMO, your ag voice of the Ozarks.